What is up, guys? My name is Mikey, and this is this week's Regulaterz Sports Talk Show, episode 3. So this week, last week we talked to, well, not last week, 2 weeks ago, we took a break. We didn't do last week's episode just because of the football season starting up, and, just didn't want to interrupt it. So, this week, though, we got week one's results, and we're going to, talk about the ones I got wrong, what I predicted, and give you guys scores and all that stuff. Talk about, probably the greatest games of the week, in my opinion. Remember, guys, on this show, it's always my opinion. It's not. I'm not saying that I know everything about the show. My co-host John, when he's on the show, he's not saying he knows everything. We're giving our own opinions, and you guys that watch, let us know what you guys' opinions are, and your favorite teams and all that stuff. So, just remember that. I'm not saying I know everything because I'm a football noob in a sense, but I'm getting better at knowing the game and learning. But speaking of that. This is sad news before we get into the fun stuff. I lost week 1 in my fantasy football, season. It's the first time I've ever done fantasy football, so, my bad. I lost first week, but I'm very confident in the next coming weeks. Next week I play John, and definitely going to win that one. That's easy. So, anyways, let's talk about the week 1. We'll start with Monday's game, then we'll go to Sunday's games, and then we'll move on to Monday's game. And then we'll talk about week 2. We'll do the same thing with the week 2. We'll do the projections and all that for our predictions, my predictions for week 2 and all that. But so we'll start off for the first week. Monday's game was Seahawks versus Green Bay, and Thursday's game. My bad. Thursday's game was Seahawks versus Green Bay. Seahawks win that game. They won that game. So they won 36-16. That was a great game. Seahawks looked really good. Marshawn Lynch went off. Russell Wilson looked pretty good out there, and the defense was there. They shut them down. With Chancellor and all those guys, and Percy Harvin looked great. Percy Harvin on the offense, he looked really good out there. Him and Marshawn Lynch led that team to that win, along with Russell's guidance. And I got that one wrong. I said Green Bay was going to win. I was going with the heat of the moment. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to play a lot better than he did, but you can never doubt the Seahawks when they're at home. So, I got that one wrong. The next one was the Saints versus ATL. This first game on Sunday, or one of the first games on Sunday. And so Saints versus ATL. And Atlanta won that game 37-34. Saints kind of let that one slip. I said the Saints would win, so I got that one wrong as well also. And but yeah, it was kind of a shocker. Falcons just came in and handled their business at the end. Saints kind of fell apart. So that was a good game. I was wrong about that. The next game we got is the Vikings versus the Rams. Vikings completely just shut them down. Their defense was amazing, and all you fantasy heads, the Vikings defense picked up 22 points this week, and I think that was one of the best defenses in terms of points. So that was pretty damn good. And they won 34-6. If I didn't say that already, probably did. I don't know. But we got that one right. I guessed that one right. The next one is the Browns versus the Steelers. And the Steelers won that 30-27, which was a closer game than I thought it would be with Hoyer starting. So, the Browns looked kind of bad out there, but then, they kind of picked it up later on in the game. And, had a legitimate shot at winning that game. The Steelers kind of fell apart. The same thing that happened with the Saints. But they lucked out and got that win. And we got that one right, too. I picked the Steelers to win that game. So the next one we have the Jags versus the Eagles. And the Eagles won 34-17. It wasn't looking good for the Eagles, man. It was not looking good for them the first part of the game, the first half. And, the Jags had them, which was really embarrassing for the Eagles, man. They weren't playing that good, but then they came in and, Nick Foles just, led them to a great second half and, won that game tremendously. 34-17 was a really good one. And we got that one right, too, in our projections. So, predictions. I keep saying projection. It's not what I mean. But, yeah, anyways, the next game is the Raiders versus the Jets. And the Jets won that game 19-14. Raiders had a chance in that game, but, as we all know, Raiders are not that good, and they just have no clutch factor whatsoever. So they fumbled that one, pun intended. They let that one go. The Raiders had a chance, but they let it go, and they lose that game, and we get that one right. We chose the Jets to win. The next game I have is the Bengals versus the Ravens, and the Bengals won 23-16, so they won by a good old touchdown, and I had that one correct too. I guess the Bengals, so it's a decent game. I didn't watch that one. The next we have Bills versus the Bears, which is an overtime thriller. That was a good one, man. Matt Forte and Jay Cutler Jay Cutler played really good. He looked good out there, but just couldn't get it done. The Bills won that game 23-20 in overtime. And, the Bills look good out there, but the Bears look better. Bears just was unfortunate at the end in overtime. Just couldn't get what they needed to get done and couldn't play the defense. So, they got in field goal range and they hit that and they got that win. So, good job, Bills. The next game, we got that one wrong. I said the Bears was going to win. So, we got that one wrong. The Redskins versus the Texans. The Texans won 17-6. Texans dominated. And I should have known that. They're my wild card team, but I guess I chose the Redskins to win that one, so that was my bad. But, Texans got that win, 17-6. And then the next game we got Titans versus the Chiefs, and the Titans win 26-10 to completely shut them down. 26-10. The Chiefs did not look good out there. Titans defense looked great, and so we got that one wrong too. We chose the Chiefs to win. The next game is Patriots versus the Dolphins, and that's Patriots are my team, and they let me down. The Dolphins win 33-20 in Miami. We have not won in Miami for a while now. That's the second time in a row while we've been in Miami we've lost to them. Probably more. I don't know. I need to look it up. But last time we played them out their home, we lost too. So, but we lost 33-20, and the only thing I can say about that game is my defense sucks. Patriots, we got to step it up on defense. We had that game. We were in control pretty much the whole game until the second half. Around the end of the third quarter, like the midway through third quarter, and definitely all throughout the fourth quarter, we just could not get anything done. Guys weren't catching balls. We just looked bad. We couldn't stop them on defense. No Sean Moreno is a huge pickup for the Dolphins, and he looks really good out there with them, and he rushed his ass off. So, shout out to Dolphins. They got that win. We got that one wrong, and but I'm not tripping. Last time my Patriots lost the first game of the season, we won the Super Bowl, so I'm okay with that. Next we got is the Panthers versus the Buccaneers. Panthers won 20-14 without Cam Newton, so good game. We got that one right. We got the Panthers to win that one. So the next game we got the 49ers versus the Cowboys. Oh man, Romo, what was up with you in the first quarter and a half, man? That was awful. 3 interceptions in the first quarter, I believe. But the 49ers won 28-17. Cowboys kind of almost had to come back there. If they never threw those 3 interceptions, that whole game could have been a whole lot different if Tony Romo was just in the zone a little bit better. The 49ers win. We got that one right. But Cowboys, I think they're gonna do good this season. I do think they're gonna have a good season actually. But I bet you they're thinking, Romo just he has to be more accurate. I don't know what it was, man. He just started off horrible. I mean, maybe it was rustiness, maybe it was his injury still there. Who knows? But anyways, we'll move on to the last game of Sunday, and that was the Colts versus the Broncos, and the Broncos win 31-24. They luckily got that, man. Andrew Luck played phenomenal in the second half. They had so many opportunities to win that game, and they just kind of let it slip. But it was a great game. Peyton played great, but he didn't play that good in the second half. He didn't close it as well as he should have, and they probably would have won a lot better if Peyton would have showed up in the second half. But he's old. He's getting older, so he played great. He played great the first half. That's kind of all that matters. They're lucky that their defense was there to stop that last play and all that. But the Colts look good. I think the Colts are gonna have a good season. They look pretty good out there. Andrew Luck threw for like over 350 yards. He did pretty good. But another thing about that game I'm really upset about, and this pertains to my Madden game. What the hell, Colts? You couldn't have. I don't care that you lost. You could have lost or whatever. But why couldn't you have at least just forced 3 turnovers? Just 3. That's all I needed from you. Was 3 turnovers from the Broncos, and I would have got 30,000 coins. Whatever. I'm not even gonna talk about it no more. Hopefully my coin up for next week works out good. Hopefully I get some good fucking coin up things. But yeah, so we'll move on to Monday's games. Last night's games. 2 nights ago when you guys see this video. So yeah, Monday's games. The Giants versus the Lions. The Lions won 35-14, and that game was amazing. You know, Calvin Johnson was just a beast out there. Megatron just went in, you know, caught pretty much every damn thing. You know, just went for 2 touchdowns, I believe, and you know had triple-digit yards. So you know he played great out there. Matt Stafford. He's a problem, guys. He's a problem. He is a beast of a quarterback. He's on the come up. He's very underrated, I believe. That people need to start paying attention to that dude. He could throw his ass off. He was great. I should have started him in my lineup for fantasy. I would have won. But whatever. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Anyways, the last game was the Chargers versus. And all those we've gotten right. We got the Colts right. We got the Lions right. The Niners. I didn't tell you guys that, so whatever. Anyways, last game was Chargers versus the Cardinals, and the Cardinals escaped through and won 18-17. That was probably the closest. That was the closest game of the week. 18-17, Cardinals win, and we got that one right too. And that was funny because that was one I was like, I don't even care really. They both could have a good chance of winning, and it was true. I mean, 18-17. It could have gone either way. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of 4, 6. 10 out of 16 right. Not bad. No, that was a good ratio. I'm confident in that one. So this week, hold on, let me get my pens because I haven't done the projections. But this week, let's see for week 2 what my predictions will be. And we'll see if I can get more right. We got 10 right for week 1. Let's see what we can get, and make sure you guys leave your comments. Let me know what your guys' predictions are. Can't speak, but yeah. So this Thursday, tomorrow, is the Steelers at the Ravens, and that's pretty easy. I'm gonna go with Steelers. I'm gonna say the Steelers are gonna win that game, and then we move on to Sunday's games. So here we go. We got Dolphins at the Bills. And I'm going to go with the Dolphins. The Bills look good out there, but I'm going to go with the Dolphins just because I think that their running game is going to be a lot better than the Bills. And, so I think No Shown and whoever else is on that team who runs, I don't really know too well right now, but they're going to be a problem this year on their rushing game. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins winning that one. The next game we got is the Jags versus the Redskins, and that one's a tough one. But I'm gonna go again, and with all hopes, I'm gonna say that the Redskins are gonna win that game. The Jags aren't that good of a team, either are the Redskins, but I'm gonna go with the Redskins. I have to get them right at least once. So, anyways, the next game is Cowboys at the Titans, and that one I'm gonna definitely be saying that. I'm going to give that one to the Cowboys because I feel like it was rust. I feel like it was rust from Romo and, with Dez Bryant having his dehydration problem. I don't know. He LeBron'd it. I don't know what happened with that, but I feel like the Cowboys can beat the Titans. It's at the Titans, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans win and we're wrong, but I'm going to go with my heart and say the Cowboys are going to win that one. I'm not even a Cowboys fan, but I feel like they're going to win that one. I think they have a point to prove with their mistakes that they made in week 1. So the next game is Cardinals at the Giants. I'm going with the Cardinals. The Giants are just ass, and I can't believe we lost to them twice in the Super Bowl, and I'm going to leave it at that. Screw you, Giants. The next game we got the Patriots at the Vikings, and I'm going with the Patriots winning that game, obviously. On this show, guys, throughout this whole show, you will never hear me say that the Patriots will lose, even if they lose. I will always say they'll win because I'm a Patriots fan through and through. So, Pats Nation, boy. Let me know what your guys' favorite teams are in the comments. I'm interested to see what you guys like. The next game is Saints at the Browns, and I'm going to say that the Saints will win that. I feel like they have a point to prove too. They lost their first game, and I think they're going to come out and beat the Browns, and plus Hoyer is going to have a hard time going up against Drew Brees, and I don't think they're going to start Manziel, so yeah. Anyways, next game is Falcons at the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Bengals winning that game, just based on their defense and that they're home, and I think they're a better team. Then we got the Lions at the Panthers. Without Cam Newton, Panthers, they're going to be, if Cam Newton plays, it's going to be a good game. But I don't know if he's going to play or not. He has his problems and all of that. But I'm going to go with the Lions. They look really good out there. You got Megatron out there. You can never go wrong with him. You got Reggie Bush. He's out there catching, receiving and rushing. I think he still has it maybe. He received more last week than he did rushing, but, you never know. And just Matt Stafford is a great quarterback. He's going to get things done for the Lions, and I think the Lions will win that game, especially if Cam Newton does not play. But either way, I still think the Lions will win. The next game, we got the Rams versus the Buccaneers, and they're at the Buccaneers. But, that one's a tough one, too, because they both suck. Or at least in my opinion, they both suck. No offense if you guys are fans of either of those two teams, but I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm just going to say the Rams are going to win. I'm going to say the Rams got that one. The next game we got is the Seahawks at the Chargers, and I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I don't think the Seahawks are going to lose that game. That's kind of an easy game for them. Next game we got is Texans at the Raiders, and I'm going with the Texans winning that one. The next game is the Jets at the Packers, and I'm going with the Packers winning that one. Like I said, with a couple other cases, I feel like the Packers are another team that have a point to prove, and they want to come back stronger than they did in Week 1, and I think they'll win that game. And plus, it's against the Jets. Should not be a hard task to do. So the next game is the Chiefs at the Broncos. That's going to be a great game. I'm definitely going to tune into that one. And so stupid flies. I have flies in my house, man. I hate the summertime when it does this. But yeah, the Chiefs and Broncos, it's going to be a great game. I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to go with the Broncos winning, though. Just with, Peyton Manning, Julius Thomas, Demaryius Thomas. You got their defense with T.J. Ward. I don't know their whole team really. But, their offense is great. You can never go wrong with a Peyton Manning offense. They're going to do great. Oh, my God, the flies are going to drive me nuts. I don't think you guys can see it, but I can see it. Okay, whatever. Let's get this episode over with. The next game is the Bears at the 49ers, and that one's going to be a great game too. But I'm going to go with that's a tough one. I'm going to do this one just to fuck with John's psyche because we're playing the fantasy this week, and I'm going to say the Bears are going to beat the Niners. I think the Bears will beat the Niners, and I'm just going to say that. I don't even care if it happens or not, whatever. And then finally, the last game of Week 2 is Monday the 15th, and that will be the Eagles at the Colts, and I got the Colts winning that game. As long with, Andrew Luck is going to be great. I think that they're a better team than the Eagles overall. And, so I'm going to go with the Colts. And, that is the predictions for Week 2, my predictions. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions. If you guys think they're good, if you think they're bad, whatever, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to, what you guys' favorite games you're looking up to, your favorite teams. Let me know that. And keep tuned. I'm going to have a Madden gameplay up of an Elite Solo Challenge against the Patriots, I believe. That will be coming up later today. This is the first video of the day. Hopefully you guys liked it. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and, leave all those comments. Let me know your favorite teams and all that. And, next week we'll be back and we'll talk about Week 2, and we'll give you guys our Week 3 projections. Hopefully John will be here to co-host this thing with me. And, have a good day, guys. And as always, give me kisses. Mwah!